Hey, we're live. Put out the link. And again, I'm on Wi-Fi in the basement shop, so it may be not the best, but it is what it is. So, good afternoon. We just got done doing a WhatsApp with Hank and Stella and Tom, and we'll see who shows up. I've been weeding for about 3-4 hours. On my knees are black. They're literally black from dirt. So, anywho, see who's out there. Last day of April. We didn't get many showers this month. There's Hank. Hello, Hank. Oh.
Hello.
Oh, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
I don't know. For some reason, my screen is small.
Hmm.
You guys are like postage stamp. Who else? We got Dick is here. Hello, Dick. Which Adam is that? Is that Adam Elliott? I see his Adam out there. Hello. Anyway, I'm done weeding. 4 hours on my knees. I'm done. Not getting any older, younger, whatever.
Again, it's never done. Weeding is a constant battle.
Well, with all the rain we had too, and you know what it is? It intertwines with the mulch and goes nuts. You're pulling on it, and the weed is going like 4 feet of 4 feet stuff. Oh, Adam Elliott. Oh, hello, Sten. Hello, Sten. How are you? Everyone is good. I'm surprised. Hey, when's the rain supposed to come back? I thought it was supposed to come back around noontime.
Let me take a look.
It's
supposed to. Yeah.
It's already 10. It was good though. I mean, I got a chance to get some stuff done, so it wasn't too bad.
Weather. Yeah, it's supposed to. Tomorrow's supposed to be the only good day. Then rain Wednesday and
is that
Tuesday?
Now, are you back on your iPad?
No, I'm on the computer right now because with the iPad you can't communicate in the what do you call it? Chat. The chat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Glyphosate. Yeah, ever since I had animals, I never really put down a lot of weed killers and stuff. But what I do though is we have a lot of dandelions. I'll cut up the dandelion, then the weed be gone. I'll shoot in the hole, and they usually don't come back. But I got a neighbor who doesn't do anything with the weeds to the right of me, and he must have 4,000 of them. And I try and get the heads before they turn into those powder puffs.
Yeah.
So before they spread the seed. So Jamie's here. Hello, Jamie.
What do you call it? You're going to get hit around 1-2 o'clock, and then I'm going to get hit about 3 o'clock with the rain.
Well, like I said, that's all right. Hello, Mr. Al. How are you?
All right, where am I here?
I think we're caught up. Let me grab a bottle of water. I'll be right back. I gotta get a drink.
Yeah. Let's see who else is out there that I missed. Got Dick, got Al, got Adam. Yeah. Got Jamie. Michael.
We're back. Who else we got? Michael Roberts. Hello, Mike. How you doing? Yeah, we had it this morning, Michael, but we do usually though. I've been doing the mornings on our WhatsApp. There's like 10 or 12 of us that do a WhatsApp and sort of like a catch up, but we'll start doing a few more. But at this point, like I said, the WhatsApp is convenient and we like using it.
Yeah.
It's like a YouTube creator thing that they made. So anywho. Oh man. Yeah, this morning I get to Dutchess and there's like 12 Mexican landscapers literally beat me by about a minute walking in. So I had to wait like 15 minutes for my breakfast. And they all ordered chili cheeseburgers and fries at 6 a.m. They're all like, number 7. I'm like, what the hell's number 7? Chili cheeseburger, fries, and a Coke. It's 6 a.m. But I don't know. Energy, I guess. Who knows? Shaved. Everyone's saying, Kenny, where's your beard? Nope. Beard's gone. For now, at least. It's starting to get warmer out, and the beard just gets too warm. Oh, man.
Yeah, cat wants to go in and out, in and out, in and out. You're lucky that you just keep your cat in.
Well, I'd love to be able to put him out, but ever since he got sick, we didn't know where it came from, so we just keep him in.
Yeah.
You know, people around the neighborhood, a lot of the neighborhoods use a lot of fertilizer and poisons and stuff, and I just get nervous.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think about fuel stable? I use Stable myself, but I mean, I usually keep 4 or 5 gallons with the Stable in it at all times, Mike. And that way, when customers drop off something, when I get done with it, I put the stabilized fuel in it. And if they pick it up in a couple days or a week, I don't care if it's fresh. We got a lot of ethanol in our fuel, so I do like the stabilizer because just in case, you know. I've had fuel, the alcohol fuel in it, and after an hour, it starts to get cloudy. You really got to watch, you know. Let's see. Mick Hardy's here. Hello, Mick. What's going on? Everyone's saying hello. Yeah, it takes 10 years off. Oh, Stella was asking for you, Al. She's saying hello. We were talking before. She goes, "Do you guys know Al McLean?" I said, "Absolutely."
Yeah, Al's a good guy.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Yeah, I just forgot to take a break on my knees for 4 hours. Not that I'm tired. It's just I ache a little. Constant up and down. I used a foam pad where I was on concrete or asphalt, but then in the grass with all the rain, it's sort of like a sponge.
Yeah,
it's not too bad.
Well, you can get onto a chainsaw or a weed whacker right now.
My mother called me up, wanted me to go over her house because her landscaper that does like trees and stuff for her, his chainsaw wouldn't start. Oh, can you come over? I'm like, no.
No.
Like, what do you mean no? I said, I'm right in the middle of weeding. I'm covered in dirt. I'm not stopping what I'm doing to come over here to pick up your landscaper's chainsaw. Have him grab another one out of the truck. And she's like, what? I said, I guarantee he has 4 or 5 of them in the truck. And he did.
Oh, yeah.
I said, you know, any landscaper worth his salt has more than one of everything.
Yeah. Imagine if he only had one, he would lose so much money.
Yeah. Well, my mother lost a tree last night. It went down in the rain, and he was over there to cut it up. I said, I can cut it up. I got 27 chainsaws. I cut it up. Oh, no, I got him doing it. All right, spend your money. I don't care. Hey, Kevin. So, yeah, a little bit of weight over here, Gare. A little bit. Let's see. Oop. Pat is here. Hello, Pat. What's going on? Kevin, did you get the bike out yet? I think maybe next week I'm going to put a new set of pipes on it that are quiet so I can start riding it. Oh, yeah. Stella is definitely asking about you. I think she sees your name all the time. She goes, who's Al McLean? I said, we know Al.
Yeah.
What is this? The curse of any engineer. Age, poor eyes, no bones. Yeah. The brain stays, but everything else goes.
Yep.
Someone asked me the other day, what's a millimeter? I'm like, 0.03937. How the hell do you know that? It's just ingrained in your head when you go to engineering school.
Yeah. Yep.
Is it raining there, Kevin? Because you're a little more inland than us. You know, we're getting the brunt of it going up the coast. You're more inland from where we are.
Yeah, it's coming from that area, Jersey, New York.
Yeah.
Way.
Yeah, Stella said
from Stella's house.
Yeah, Stella was getting hit in the Carolinas pretty good. Oh, you're locked up, Hank.
I am.
Your picture. Maybe it's probably me because, like I said, I'm on the Wi-Fi and it's terrible. So.
Well, that happens when I type, so I'm not going to type anymore.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're still locked up, but I could hear you okay. I just see you're like this.
Let me go into settings and see what happened here.
Wait, let's see.
Okay, what do we got
Oh,
here?
now you see it. I just about stopped the picture. Now you came back.
Well, I'm in settings. I went to FaceTime. Let's see what else we got.
Oh,
here.
wait, I got it. Yeah, that's what you look like, Hank, for about 2 minutes. You just locked up.
I locked up again. Yeah.
No, you're good now. You're good now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I went settings and just tapped in on that. But I'm not going to type now. Hello, everybody in the chat. And if I missed you, oh, well.
Oh, yeah, my mom, this big tree. See the branch on the right that broke?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That came down. It missed the shed by about a foot.
Oh, you're lucky. Lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, sheds aren't that cheap anymore, you know?
Well, this one here, when we had that last big rainstorm last month or whatever, a tree actually dented her roof on her shed. Now she's getting water in. You can still buy the panels. I can order the panels, but temporarily I haven't done yet. Michael Roberts, Niagara Falls is what, about 10 hours from here, Hank? It's about 10.
I would say so. 10,
Yeah.
if not better. Yeah.
Yeah, about 10 hours from here, 10 hours north. Yeah. Hey, Randy. Yeah, about 10 hours, give or take, straight up. On the other side of Buffalo.
Yeah. Randy. Hello. So you still got all those people coming into work this weekend from Italy and all that?
Well, one guy the two guys from Italy are coming back tomorrow, which is almost the start of week 6.
Yeah.
They're done basically, but the guy who's recontrolling the machine, he was there a couple of days, Thursday and yesterday, and he wants to talk to them one more time tomorrow, and then I think they're going back. So hopefully the mechanical retrofit portion will be done.
Good.
Hope
good.
so. It's going to cost me a freaking fortune.
Yeah.
But it is what it is, you know. Not going to worry about it.
Yeah. I think the grass is going to be about a foot tall by the time I can get to it.
Yeah. Well, my neighbor next door, he didn't cut before the rain, and he had about 7-8 inches already. But I cut it Friday afternoon just before it started. I said, I didn't want to worry about it. So
yeah.
But today, like I said, all the weeds, all the dead, like what the hell, like the dead hosta twigs and all that crap. I usually get rid of all that in the fall, but I didn't do it this year. I just let everything die off.
Yeah, I've been tinkering around, picking up all the branches and weeds and stuff like that. Went there, dump with one big load. I still got a lot of branches and stuff I got to cut off the trees that are dead, because I got these hemlocks and the squirrels jump on the branches and they break them off,
I tell you, the lawn I cut the other day for my customer that I almost killed my snapper on, he had a crap load of branches in the yard. It took me about 10 minutes just to pick up the branches because I didn't want to run them over.
Yeah. You know who had a video today on snapper is small engine DUI or DI.
DUI? Driving drunk, Mullen? What?
Yeah. Let me see.
That would be funny. Small engine DUI. The small engine DUI, that guy. Yeah, I've seen
it. Yeah. He had an old snapper he was working on.
I still like Jim Jackson, though. He's the best.
Oh, he is. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah. I was watching him last night because I'm going to give my snapper a little love next week, hopefully, if the weather holds out. Yeah. I haven't really done anything to it in 15 years. Just put gas and oil in it, and that's it.
He even got the brand new snappers that just came out, last year.
Well, they came out with those doodle bug things, and then I heard the classic is back. They still make the old classic style.
Yep.
They had it. They didn't have it for like 2 years, and people bitched and moaned about it because remember Briggs owns them now, Briggs and Stratton. So the people in charge of that whole conglomerate, Simplicity, Briggs, Stratton, Murray, all those guys.
I still have an engine, a 10 horsepower engine with that weird muffler, that it goes snake.
Yeah. The one that comes around with the round thing on it.
Yeah. So I still got,
That muffler's $42. I got to buy one because mine's all rusty. I could probably take mine off and just blast it and paint it.
Well, You can have the one I got if you want.
Well, this one, the deflector rotted off of it, so it's like blowing to the grass catcher. I don't want to melt a hole in the grass catcher.
That's right. They have a deflector that goes right on the side
So
of the
it points
bag.
it backwards to the metal, because otherwise you're going right into your grass bag and you'll melt it.
Right.
So, but I like it. I love my snapper thing. Kicks ass for a little 28-inch mower. Mine's 9 horse. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, if I see another one to pick up, I am going to pick up another one and keep it this time. I've had about 3 or 4 of them,
And you got a nice flat lot, so they're perfect for you.
Yeah.
I got a little bit of hill in the front, but other than that, I like it. I just like the way they cut. They cut nice.
Well, especially leaf season, they suck up leaves really good.
Especially you put the wings on the blades, boy, they'll suck acorns up and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I haven't seen another mower that sucks up leaves like they do.
No, well, the high vac system, that high vac deck,
Yeah, but the fact that the engine is in the back instead of the front is a big plus.
The only thing that sucks though is going up a hill. You lose your steering though if you're going up a hill, because all the weight's in the back and you're toward the back. You go to turn, you don't turn.
Well, lucky I'm on the flat.
They actually sell a weight bar for the front of that to keep weight. Like on some zero turns, the same thing. You need a weight bar if you have like a dethatcher attachment. They actually make a dethatcher attachment for the front of the snapper. I'd like to find one, but hard to find.
Yeah.
But oh, man.
I mean, I like my John Deeres, but you know what? They're not as good as that snapper.
Yeah.
John Deere's going downhill too. It's not.
Yeah.
Not used to be.
And the metal's getting thinner, and everything's getting cheaper. And
it's it's the name that people buy now. The name.
Yeah, they bleed green.
Yeah.
Oh man. Let me see where my vice grip slide hammer is. See if it's getting.
Oh, you didn't get that yet?
No, the mailman drove by and it wasn't for me. So let's see. Amazonian. Let's see what we got here.
Out for delivery.
Nope, says still being processed at my carrier in town, but that was 6:44 this morning.
Yeah, so, I don't think you're going to get it today.
No, I get it. The latest our mail comes is about 5:30, 6 o'clock.
Yeah, but
we don't get our regular mail till 5:30 every day.
Yeah, but it usually says out for delivery.
Yeah, but I've had it where it even said being processed, and I still got it.
Yeah,
they didn't update the meter or whatever.
Yeah, Prime isn't like it used to be. You used to get it within 2 days,
Oh yeah.
And it's no longer like that.
Yeah, they take your money, but that's about it.
Yeah. Tom, you should be in bed.
I know.
I like to support my friends, Hank.
There you go.
Come up, support Kenny.
So what were you talking about before with Stella? What was the issue or something?
I had grease from somewhere. I believe it's come from assembly, and it's gotten between the clutch shoes and the clutch drum. And when I put it under load, the power head never really loaded up, and it was because there was no friction between the clutch and the clutch drum.
Mm-hmm.
So the head kind of did its thing, but the engine kept powering on. So I'll clean it all tomorrow. I might even put it in the ultrasonic cleaner if I can. Can't be bothered to do it by hand, and then test it again. It wasn't loading the power head up essentially, and then it started.
Now, this is something you got today at the dump, or what is this?
Yeah.
Oh.
So just another hedge trimmer. No one buys the 2-strokes there. It's only really me. And the hedge trimmers are so common in our areas because we've got such small lawns. So yes, we have lawn mowers too, but there's so many hedge trimmers, so I don't mind working on them really. They're fine. As long as it's 2-stroke.
You're the two-stroke queen.
Queen, Hank. Queen.
So how long you in bachelor mode?
4 weeks.
Oh wow, that's a hell of a vacation. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, Mum's coming over actually. Mum's coming over in about a week and a half's time.
For how long?
About 12 days, I think.
Oh,
12 days staying here, and then she's 3 days. She's going to go to a place in Rockingham. So she came over. Last time she came over, she brought COVID with her.
Oh, jeez.
Just absolutely wrecked me for.
But you're in Rockingham, aren't you?
Yeah, so she's going to stay at this little Airbnb. She absolutely loves it.
Okay.
She'll do a few days there, test, and if she tests negative, then I'll pick her up and just go.
Now, when did they stop drag racing down there?
Last week, actually.
Oh, really?
Last week. Yeah, I could hear the cars going. It's about 20 k's away, but you can still hear them.
How far away is the dragway from you?
About 20 k's.
And you could hear it.
You can still hear it. Yeah,
really? Well, top fuelers, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
You just hear it as this drone in the background.
Well, they say, what is it, 1 mile per second? So if you hear something, you count the seconds, and it's 1 mile per second or something.
Is that what it is? Is it?
Yeah, like when you see lightning and you hear thunder, usually you count it, and every second's like a mile or something.
Okay. Yeah. Actually, I have heard that with thunder, but it is. Yeah, you can hear everything. Literally, you can hear everything. We haven't got any big buildings here. All of our houses are all pretty much all single story.
Oh, so nothing to block it. Yeah.
Nothing to block it. There's nothing really in between us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really resonates. It's amazing. It's cool.
So what are you doing now? Knife work?
Yeah, just last little bit of stitching, and I've got so many YouTube videos to catch up with, so I'll probably do a bit of this and then get into bed and watch a few videos, and then tomorrow, I don't want to go into it, but tomorrow's the funeral, so.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, it'd be a bit of a write-off, but anyway.
Now, is it like here where they do like a dinner afterwards or something?
They're going to go to the option is to go to a pub. But I'll just see how I feel. See what the plan. I'm playing it by ear.
Yeah. What did I say, Don? I said last day of May or something. What did I say? Did I screw it up? What did I put for the title? What's it show on the title of this thing?
Don't know.
Oh, what, the title of the video?
Yeah. Did I put last day of May instead of last day of April?
How far off are you?
Yeah, last day of May, live weekend.
4 weeks in advance. Katrina's back already.
I'll have to change it.
Yeah.
When's your slide hammer due, Ken?
I don't know. I keep seeing the mail trucks go by, but no one stopped yet. They said by 10 p.m., but we'll see. The latest I've ever got anything is, I think, 8 or 9 at night.
Oh.
Yeah.
That is late.
Is that Dennis?
What's the longest circlet pliers that you got, Kenny? The external circlet pliers. I'm looking for a long set and thin so I can get into areas, because at the moment.
Well, do you want one with interchangeable tips or fixed?
Just fixed.
Fixed. The longest is probably 16 inches.
Are they quite thin at the arms? Because I had to sand mine down. I'll show you. I sanded mine down today.
There's a set that I bought. Actually, I lent it out to somebody. I got to make sure he still has it. It was a set I bought at McMaster Car, and it was external, internal. You hit a button, and it changes from internal to external.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, it wasn't cheap. It was like $80, but it was a great set.
Yeah.
Well, look at this, right? This is what they were like initially. Completely freaking useless.
Hey, Ken.
Yeah.
Super thick. Where are they? So I ended up trying to thin them out some.
Hey, Henry.
I wasn't sure if you had a make that you could suggest. I couldn't find anything online. Nothing's in Australia.
Dennis, can't hear you.
You muted?
Oh, you are a bit mute. I think you're just a bit quiet there, mate.
Sorry, might be just the microphone.
Yeah, I can barely hear you, Dan.
Yeah, I think it's just the mic.
What's going on there, Mr. Randy? Anything?
Oh, not much. Still trying to find one of them damn red fans, but I can't find one.
There you go. Oh, gosh. Yeah, I did watch your video on was it the Whirlpool or whatever it was?
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a Whirlpool. I like Whirlpool. Cast iron pumps. I like them.
So far, mine's been good. Not giving me any problem yet.
Say something, Dennis.
I was gonna say, yeah, very, very quiet.
I think.
Yeah, it's next week is the show, right? Isn't next week a big show? Is it Zagray next week or Kent next week? Something next week.
He's not talking now.
Yeah, something's happening next week.
Yeah.
Rich, yeah, I've been to Milan up in Michigan, Milan Dragway. I've been there. Yeah, we used to have. He's talking about a gun club. We used to have Remington Arms, where they made ammunition right by us, and they had a range in the back. And oh my God, day and night, they were always shooting stuff.
Yeah.
You were talking about rain and stuff earlier in the stream, Ken. Hell, where I'm at, we've had rain almost 5 days, and it's still got 3 more days of it coming.
Oh, today's our first break in like 2 or 3 days. It was pretty nasty.
We had a little break yesterday afternoon there, but then it started again last night. But today it's not been too bad.
Yeah, we got about another hour or so to go, and then it's gonna start again. But hey, the grass is growing.
Yeah, that's what I told my mom. I said, "Yeah, you'll be cutting grass here in a couple days again."
Well, you know, there's all the people that fertilize. It's gonna grow like gangbusters now.
Oh yeah.
Dennis, say something.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah,
Dan.
I tried to hook up. I tried to hook up the
yeah.
microphone, but it killed the speaker. So I gotta. I forgot to grab my earbuds. But
It's not all right now.
Is this what you're talking about? This one?
No, the one I have is it's actually
long.
Mine's almost like a ratchet where you actually hit a button. You just hit a button and it goes from one to external to internal with a button.
Yeah, this one you just have to move the screw.
Actually, I have the McMaster car catalog right here, so I could look it up.
Yeah, actually, what you call it? Harbor Freight has one too that you hit it and it goes the opposite way too.
Yeah, but I remember the one I bought. We used to use them in the last place I worked, and it was about $80 for the set, but a really good set. But we used to do retaining rings that were like 12-inch diameter retaining rings.
Yeah.
So you had all kinds of stuff. Oh, let me see here. Pliers.
Yeah, these are the ones from Harbor Freight.
Yeah, and you hit it and it opens the other way, right? Yep. Yeah.
Let's see. Retaining ring. Tools for it.
They're not bad, Dennis. They're not bad.
No, they work good, Henry. I'm happy with them.
Yeah.
Let's see. 2654.
And what's good about them, you got the changeable heads or the needles, whatever you want to call them. How's the Gravely's going there, Dennis?
Pretty good. You know, I don't know if you saw one of my videos. I basically made more work for myself than I intended.
Oh yeah.
So, you know, one of those jobs, I went to just go take, you know, this, ball out, right?
Yeah.
Snapped it off.
Oh boy.
What it was is it keeps falling out of, you know, it kept falling out of here. So I was like, oh, okay, let me just fix it. You know, this was up in the steering. You know, it's supposed to look like that, and snapped it. But drilling it out is that's bad enough. But all the things I have to basically take out to get it, that's going to be a chore. So,
yeah. You know, I had that same problem with my windshield wipers on my other truck, and they have this like copper round piece that goes on there, and it held that ball in place.
Yep.
You try to find that copper piece. No.
Yeah, what I was planning on doing was basically just turned it into like a ball joint, like on a car. Basically, I was gonna basically drill out a hole on this in the ball, and then just put a screw in here, maybe put a rubber grommet, and just hold it that way. But no.
Yeah, these pliers are called quick change internal external replaceable tip retaining ring pliers. Yeah, $82.
Hi, Tim. Tim Palmer.
Hey, Tim.
Hey, Tim.
Yeah, I tell you, pulling weeds for 4 hours, I'm beat.
Ken, is it raining by you?
Not yet.
It's been just. I have like so many layers on because it's just so damp, cold and damp.
It is. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, but by 2:00, Ken will get it, and then I'll get it a little later.
Hey, Andrew, what's going on?
Yeah, I figured I'd work in the shed. You know, turn some basically some lights that throw too much heat. So knock out some of the cold.
Yeah, Andrew, we got something here you don't have out there in the desert. Rain, tons of rain.
Yep.
But Ken, you working on the shop today?
I did a few like trimmer things like that this morning. I'm loaded up. I got tons of stuff, just tons. And if you ask Tom, there's a Kohler engine I need to be working on. So
nice.
it's been sitting in my shop for 3 months, and the customer's going to yell and scream at me at work tomorrow. Where's my engine?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. It's
Yeah,
still
a lot of green, Henry.
A lot of green. Yeah.
Yeah. Where the hell is it?
There it is.
See the Kohler engine sitting on the floor?
Yep. What size is it, Ken?
321, 14 horse. Out of an economy Power King.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Is it? What's your opinion on the balance gears?
oh, the grenade gears, I get rid of them.
And don't do anything with them?
No, I throw them out, and if they really want to complain about the balance, I'll put in a Dave Kirk balancing kit, the counterweight balance kit. Machine off the crankshaft counterweight and put in the balance weights onto the crankshaft.
Yep.
Yeah, Dave Kirk Enterprises. He sells the the Point Saver and all the other stuff. He does a lot of stuff for Kohler K series. And you could if you go it's called, I think, Kirk Enterprises. David Kirk. He's an engineer for, I believe it's Merc Cruiser. He's an engineer, designs their engines, and he's really good about dynamic balancing and stuff like that. So when he was in the original International Harvester Cub Cadet Forum that was formed back in '98, and I was a member of it since 2000, and he came up with this third order harmonic balance thing where he put a weight on the crank and it eliminates having to use the balance gears.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do have a 14. I haven't cracked in. I haven't gone into it yet.
The only ones that the best engine I think that Kohler ever made is the K241 10 horse, because it never needed balance gears because the geometry of bore and stroke is almost square and it doesn't vibrate. It's perfect.
Are there balance gears on the 12 horse?
Usually, yeah. Yep. A lot of people take them out, although I have seen some engines where the bosses are in the block, but it was never machined, depending on the application. Because, for example, like the John Deere 2 series, like 210, 212, 214, 216, since it's an ISO rubber-mounted cradle for the engine, sometimes they won't put the balance gears in. They just let the engine shake a little bit because it's got rubber mounts. But the older Cub Cadets were rigid mounted. The motor's bolted right to the frame, and shake your fillings out,
Got it.
Yeah. K series gear.
I just seen a Kohler engine on a lawnmower advertisement the other day, Ken. I tell you what, they changed the push mower engines now.
Yeah, I mean, now they got those the XT series and all that, but those are made in China,
Yeah.
The one I seen the other day, it had a round air filter on the top of the motor.
Oh yeah, that one, yeah. They have that one. What did they call that, Hank? We were talking about that the other day.
Yeah, the horizontal one, right? That with the gearbox.
Yeah, but that's not Kohler though.
No.
Yeah, no. Kohler has a newer one too. I forget, but I know the XT is one of their newer ones. Yeah, I still like the oldies and goodies. Those are the older ones are best.
Yes, they are.
Definitely.
Here you go. Put 2-stroke fuel in a container and look what happens to the lid. Whoa.
Oh, hey,
let it breathe.
Check this out. I did a quick. I was doing a quick video on it. So a while ago, or last weekend, I should say, I have basically your standard, adjustable wrench, with the worm gear on it, and the worm gear was all lock solid. So I'm like, okay, everything's still in good shape except the worm gear doesn't want to move. So let me throw it in. I tried to hit it with,
Evaporust.
Yeah, Evaporust.
Yeah. Okay, so I had vinegar going around, or just sitting here. So let me try it in vinegar. Check out.
That's an acid.
Yeah, but it's funny though. You can buy, usually vinegar is only 5% acetic acid. You can buy 40% and 30% acetic acid vinegar, but you have to go to a chemical supply house.
Yeah.
So below.
Hold on, we lost him. Wait a minute.
No, he's back.
Is he? I can't
Yeah.
see him.
Look at
Oh,
the
there
top
he
of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, my connection sucks.
The thing is, vinegar, we used to use that in, when we used to do ductwork to paint it, you'd rub it down with vinegar, then you paint it,
Yeah.
It eats galvanized. Oh, yeah.
I've never look at that.
What was that? The paint on the handle?
Yeah.
No, it was the top end was just not submerged.
Oh, that's the way it looked. Oh shit! Wow.
That-
How long, Dan? How long did you have it in?
A week.
No shit.
So
what
this
was
bottom-
it? Like this distilled white vinegar? What'd you have?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's
this-
usually only 5%. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
This bottom end was in the vinegar. The
Wow.
top end was just in the fumes.
The fumes.
Is it Crescent or just a no-name brand?
I could scrape it off and check, but it's like it looks like it's been like set in an oven.
Yeah.
It's got
yeah.
grease on it for 2 years.
Wow. It
Yeah,
does.
vinegar, strong.
Huh.
Let me see if I can just hold on. Let me put you down for a minute. Let me get some gloves and I'll try to scrape this off.
Yeah, don't pour that vinegar on your grass. You'll kill it.
Yeah. Although it's good for in between like a wall and the driveway, the weeds that grow in there.
Yeah, kill the weeds.
Yeah, they said apple cider vinegar is good for that.
Or salt, if you salt
I,
it.
I like using my rosebud torch. Just
Yeah.
oh man, what's it look like, Hank? Rain? No rain?
Well, over here, no. But you're going to get.
Yeah,
It's Craftsman.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's probably Crescent. Yeah, because Craftsman never made anything.
Yeah.
Cool. What number? It's got the number on it?
Yeah. Hold on. It says 12-inch forged JW alloy. Oh, here, hold on. You got a no, there's no number. Actually, I thought there was.
Does it say CRV, chrome vanadium?
Hold on, let me get a just a rag.
Yeah, because usually the good ones are chrome vanadium.
Yeah.
Tar Heel, I don't see him. I don't know what's going on with William. Sometimes I see him, sometimes I don't.
I see him in chat quite often on another channel, Ken. Tar Heel.
Well, no, I'm in StreamYard right now, and for some reason I
Yeah.
don't see him on the StreamYard chat. But if I get on my phone, I could probably see him in the YouTube chat.
No, Ken, there's no number on it. It just says 12-inch Craftsman forged and made in the USA.
Yeah,
Alloy.
okay.
JW alloy.
JW alloy. Interesting.
And it's still frozen up.
Really?
Yeah, look at that. Just
Wow.
will not turn.
Well,
I mean,
you
it's
can.
not-
It's got a screw in the back that you can take that out, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's frozen too, Henry.
Oh boy.
If I wish I had a small, a tiny impact, but
Yeah.
What size is it then? 10-inch?
12.
12? Yeah, there's
Yeah.
one on eBay right now, 15-inch for $40 with the JW.
Get it up against a 2x4 here.
Does it have the tapered handle like this, then? The tapered handle,
No.
or is it straight handle?
No. It's reversed to what you have,
Oh.
what you just showed.
Oh
it's
yeah,
thick-
yeah. Okay, yep.
It's thicker on this end, narrower
Yeah.
here.
How about
Yeah,
a
I would
butane torch? Torch it.
I went. Oh, there's
Yeah.
William.
I
There's
probably
William.
will. I tried using like the back end of the screw. I tried to tap just to try to get. I'll probably do that again now that it's been soaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So definitely bizarre. Definitely bizarre. Like I'm wondering what all that junk on it was. But
I tell you, there's a channel I watched one time. I think it's called Restoration of Everything or something like that. And the guy had a pocket knife the other day, and it had a wood handle on it, and the wood was all destroyed. So he took the wood off, and then it had two brass pieces with pins that held all the blades. And he ended up swapping out the brass with 2 pieces of copper, and then he nickel plated the copper and I was thinking about you, Tom, because he polished the hell out of the blades and made them like razors. Yeah.
Yeah, this thing doesn't want to move.
Yeah. What show's next weekend, Dan? Is that Kent next week or is it Zagreb?
Zagreb. I think Zagreb.
No. You going down?
I haven't put my wife's it on my wife's radar yet, so I don't know. I put it on my calendar now. Thank you for reminding me.
I wonder if Ralph's
working the last 3 Saturdays, so just haven't been paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing?
Yeah, the tapered ones, Pat, where they used to line up the holes when they're doing the beams and stuff.
Spud wrench.
Yeah, like a spud wrench, yeah. Line up the holes, line up the beams, and put the rivet in.
Yeah. I actually used to use one of those with the ratchet on the other end. That way, I line up the hole with ductwork, 4 bolts on each side. You know, you line it up and then you put the bolt nut on.
Did you see they remade the photo? Remember the photo from the 20s that had all the workers sitting out in the I-beam like 400 stories up or whatever? They redid that photo like a year ago with current construction guys sitting out without any safety devices, having their lunch on a beam like a mile up in the air.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I'm surprised it was even allowed.
I know.
Well, I don't think it was allowed, but.
Yeah, I had a joke about that once. 3 guys sitting on a beam up there like that. One was Irish, one was Polish, and one was Italian. And
one of them was probably named Jim Henry.
And they all sat there eating their lunch every day. And every day they all got the same thing. They were all ticked off. So the Irishman says, next time I get this kind of sandwich, I'm going to jump. So did the Italian, and so did the Polish guy. So eventually, they were all eating up there again, and they all jumped to their death. So at the wake, the Irish woman says, if I only known, I would have made him something different. Same with the Italian. If I only known that, I would have made him something different. The Polish woman says, he packed his own lunch.
Yeah, 1932, the guys were 850 feet in the air. And they recreated it last year in New York City or somewhere where they were doing skyscrapers. But
Ken, is the one on the right? Oh, because you're not at your computer, are you?
Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to get it on my phone. But they recreated it. What was it? 90 years later in 2022. The first one they show, the 850 feet, is in the RCA building when they were building that in 1932. But they redid it last year for the 80 or 90th anniversary. Hold on, let's see.
Chris is
here's the one they did. There's the one they did last year.
Oh yeah.
And they.
Ken, I gotta bounce because my mom's gonna be pulling in and the dog's gonna lose his crap.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it says right here. All right, take it easy. They said
take care.
It was Chicago Iron Workers. Recreate the the thing. So it was pretty cool. Yeah.
Ray of Hope.
Yeah, this thing is like just locked.
Torque transmissions, Ray. Go on to Terrell Fixes All. He's got a great series on fixing those tough torques.
Yep. Having lunch 850 feet up.
Simply snaps off. Inside the transmission or where did it snap off?
Yeah, tough torques aren't bad to work on.
No.
Yeah. I've seen them snap off, Ray. Yeah, tough torques, they're fairly easy. In fact, the axle is not too bad at all. You don't even have to take out the other shafts. Oh, What happened? We lost Randy.
No, lost Tom.
Oh, Tom. Okay. Yep. Anywho, yeah, the Tough Torques are fairly simple to work on. They got good support too. You call them up, but like Carol was saying the other day, you can go on Fleabay and get the parts faster than dealing, even if you're a dealer. You know.
Yeah.
Oh, you heating up the wrench?
Yeah.
What do you got? Acetylene or what do you got?
It's one of those Burns-O-Matic ones.
Oh.
Everyone doesn't like them because they.
Well, you're not talking one of these.
No, this is a MAP Oxy one.
Oh, with the Oxy, nice.
Yeah.
Just don't burn a hole in it.
Yeah.
Hey, Mixter's here. Hello, Mick.
Mick, yo.
I think I ran out of oxygen.
Yeah.
Oh, you'll tell when you hit the oxygen and boosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I ran out of oxygen. Keeps going smaller.
Problem with oxyacetylene is it's so damn expensive now.
It is. Oh, I know. Just the map is like $20 a can now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a red can for the oxygen.
Yeah. The funny thing is, like, of all my all the videos I ever did, right? So I did a while ago. I did a video on how to start this up. This little Burns-O-Matic MAP Oxy torch. Just a quick video on it. A lot of people were complaining, and I kind of figured out a technique or a trick to do it. It's been one of my highest views. It's like 170,000.
Wow.
Really? Oh, Gary, what are you working on?
Hey guys. Right now I'm actually working on a swap of a John Deere 240. The Kohler engine on this guy's John Deere died, so he wants me to adapt the wiring harness to a Briggs Stratton 20 horsepower Intech V-twin. So now I have to basically build the wiring harness from scratch. And to be honest, I think this guy's a little cheap because he apparently had put it onto a bare frame, no wheels, and he left it over at the high school for the high school kids to try and figure out. A couple months went by, couldn't figure it out, so now he called up and said, "Hey, can you help me out?" I said, "Yeah, sure." But when he brought it over, there was no way for me to offload it because they loaded on the back of his truck with a crane, and and he didn't bring any ramps, and I'm like, well, I don't have any ramps, and this thing is well over 200 and some odd pounds for a crane. I told him I can't do the job. Well, apparently he was desperate enough that he built this big oversized dolly with like the caster wheels on it. He built the handlebars with a piece of wood that has the ignition key, the charging gauge and everything. He's like, and this massive wiring mess. I said, okay, all right. Now I could roll it around because it's just the engine and the wiring harness. It only weighs like 90 pounds. And now I got to figure that out. So that'll be a project for this coming week.
There you go. Hey, William, MAP used to be mixed acetylene propane, but now they don't put acetylene in it. It's a different chemical now. But it's still hotter. It's definitely hotter than propane. Cheers. How you making out, Dan?
We're good.
Oh, really? Got it moving?
Well, I got a new oxy tank, so I'm just heating it now. I'll let you know if it's moving.
What's going on, Scott? Anything good?
Oh, just taking a break from pulling the subframe off the Audi.
Oh, you're getting it back together?
I'm going to drive it with dents. I don't give a damn.
No.
Good.
I don't have to be as careful now. So if someone hits it again, oh well.
Oh, you're not going to fix it? Not going to make it back to normal?
If I can find if I get a quarter panel picked up in Texas, I will. But otherwise, I'm going to still drive the way it is. I don't care.
Yeah. Okay.
I thought you bought a couple extras.
I did, but it's now I'm trying to get them delivered up here.
No.
So what'd you say? You had one down by Hank, like Hartford way, that way?
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Well,
Gotta go up and get
what do
it.
they want? What do they want? You don't have AAA?
I got AAA, but they're not gonna tow it from Connecticut down here. They want.
No, they will,
They
but
want.
it's $1 a mile, I think, for AAA. If you have a membership, it's at the first the first 10 miles are free, and then it's like $1 a mile after that. But there's no limit.
Oh, yeah.
My friend had something towed down to Virginia from Connecticut. It was $1 a mile. It was cheaper than hiring a company because it was like 320 miles. He said, "I'll pay 320." So.
We want you, hairy dog.
Gary, that John Deere that you're working on, does that have all the electronics, the new stuff?
I honestly haven't looked at it yet. He just dropped it off the other day. Well, I did see that he had the battery charge amperage gauge there. That was it. I guess what he's doing is he's just moving wood around. He doesn't even want me to wire up the PTO clutch.
That's good.
So I said, okay, well, that simplifies a lot of things because you don't have to have the extra. It's right now, it's not charging. There's the stator's in there. Then he's got this external regulator. And I'm like, okay, well, they hooked it up the wrong way. I think he put the diode in backwards. But the main problem that he was having was that when you turn off the ignition switch, the engine keeps running. And I look on the side and the kill wire's not hooked up. So it's like, I digress.
Just as long as he's getting his AC out, that'll be easy enough just to put an external regulator on it.
Yeah, he's got the external regulator, but what they did was they added on more red wire back to the switch, and they got this diode, but I think the diode's backwards. But
so it kills it, or so it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, it's shrink tubes. I'm sure once I go and rip it apart, and see the monkey job that these kids did.
John Deere has the green wire in their regulator.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when I was working on those, I ended up buying a whole mess of diodes.
Yeah, I got a bunch too.
To be honest, I really didn't want the work. I figured that I was off the hook after the guy couldn't, offload it. But the guy's disabled, that he couldn't move. He couldn't move it, and I said, listen, now anyone's gonna just take on this job just like that. I mean, you're gonna get paid. I'm gonna charge you based on what I have to go and basically build it from scratch. There's no schematics out there to adapt it to a new motor. It's not like an easy drop-in replacement, unfortunately.
Well, basically, you should just have the two wires coming out of the stator, right?
Right, two wires coming out of the stator, goes to the regulator, goes back to, but it's the ignition switch that he hasn't set up properly.
Oh yeah, mag switch versus If you hook it up wrong, zap.
Well, I think that's what might have happened. And
you think he fried the coils?
I think he fried. Well, he fried something because apparently there's a burnt wire, and I just again he's trying. I know he's trying to get away cheap because why would anyone leave it with the high school kids to try and figure out? And I get it. The kids got to learn on something. But now I'm having to fix the mistakes that they did. So I'm not going to be kind when it comes to charging it, because if I find a bunch of crap, he's going to get charged not just charging him for my time, but charging for my experience and the time to have to figure it out.
Yeah, those coils aren't cheap either on those.
On the Intex, no. Some of the single barrel carburetor on the Intex, well, at least on that Winco generator that had the side mounted carburetor, thing is almost $300.
Oh yeah,
you don't screw with those things unless you absolutely need to, and they're even the gaskets are expensive. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I cleared out a lot of the big stuff, zero turns. I was trying to get everything out of here before the rain, and finally, my wife and I had some time to just downtime. Dog got hurt a little bit, so she's resting for a few days. Just stay inside and wait for the better weather to come through.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris, that's what I'm thinking. I know when I start tearing into that project early next week, that's probably what I'm going to find. It's again, these they don't know what they're doing. Something's gonna burn up, and I see double red wires connected to this ignition switch. He gave me a schematic, and I probably have to go downstairs and grab it, but the schematic looks right, but I don't think that's the way they hooked it up. There's doubled up red wires where the battery should be charging, and I already saw that where the charge wire for the regulator is going to the start side of the contactor, the starter contactor, when it should be on the battery side.
Yep.
Just
and a lot of those ignition switches look the same, but they're not.
No. So you'd have to the again, the schematic. I think it's a 5 or a 6 pin, and you have to. If you can't see the model number or the part number on it, then you got to go with the multimeter and start figuring out what.
Oh yeah. But usually people swap out regular coil switches for mag switches, and then they melt everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, again, it's I'm thinking at least 2 hours of labor to kind of go through all that. But
sounds about right. Now, you have to mount it in the tractor or just get it running.
Oh hell no! It's on this dolly now because in order for me to roll it around the shop, which makes things a lot easier. And and then he's got a little tiny. It kind of looks like it's like a remote fuel tank. He pours the fuel in there and he can start it and run it for a few minutes. So yeah. I mean, at least it's self-sufficient where I can do it that way. But the wiring's a mess, complete mess.
Big John's down there. I say hi.
Howdy, Big John. Yeah, suppose, and then that Black Max generator, the guy's finally picking up tomorrow. It's been a couple weeks. He had problems with his car. My car has got a problem now. I guess from towing the trailer too often. One of my front wheel bearings is bad, and I hear
the Honda.
Yeah, you hear it. You hear it making a slight grinding noise. So I'm like, okay, well, which one is it? And then you hear like, with the ball bearings. But then when you go around a corner, like if you're turning left, it takes the preload off of the bearings, and then it goes silent.
It's the bearing or is the CV joint?
No, I think it might be. It's one of the things. It sounds like
usually a CV joints clack when you're turning.
Yeah, but it clacks even going straight too. Wow. So I mean, they're gonna check. I know it's the front passenger, but you lift the car up off the ground, then you do a spin test and you see if it's making noise, and that's the only one that's making noise. But I'm hoping that I have a service contract with Honda. And it's only got 46,000 miles on it. I have it good for up to 80. And it shouldn't have to have those kinds of problems so early on in its mileage. But, because it's not just they don't just replace the whole knuckle or the whole wheel bearing assembly, because usually the bearing and the hub come as one piece in a lot of cars. This one, they actually have to take everything off. They have to press the bearing out and then press the new one in. And it's a special bearing that you can only get from Honda or another one that's got an equivalent, because it's got the magnet inside for
the reluctor assembly and all that.
Exactly. So that they quoted me like $700, and I'm like, that's flipping expensive for just
warranty.
But I'm hoping the warranty, because if not, I'm going to tell them, look, don't do it. I'm going to go to someone else and price it out, because once you change out that bearing, then you got to have it realigned. You got to do all that crap. So
but they're not going to break your balls for towing with it.
That's what I'm hoping for. That they're not going to do that. But if
they
do,
do what I do. You take the hitch off before you bring it in.
Yeah, I don't feel like doing that, because they're going to see they're going to see the wiring and everything. But again,
it all depends on how good the service writer is.
Well, that's it. This guy supposedly just started last week. I'm taking it here locally in town, but because the place I bought it from, my friend works there. He's the parts manager, but I'm not going to go half an hour away, drop my car off. It just doesn't make sense. But
isn't there a Honda right there in Watertown?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I've heard back and forth. Some people say that the Watertown is good, and then other people have had bad experiences. So I'm going to be the informed consumer. I'll even be an asshole about it, or the right kind of asshole. Just make sure I'm going to get a good fair shake. But this guy sounds like he's on the up. But again, it just comes down to, okay, well, don't try to pull the wool over my eyes.
Yeah, they always treated us good in Shelton at the Honda dealer. So
no, Shelton that's where I bought the car from. I bought 4 Honda Fits from them. This is my fourth, my last one. I'm driving this one on the ground. But like I said, it's just a lot of times dealerships, don't always treat you right. And
Yeah,
I'm a
that's
big,
why they call them stealerships.
Stealerships. No, and I'm a big proponent too. Like there's a guy here's like that lives in my neighborhood. He's the general sales manager for one of the dealerships around here, and he was asking for people to sign a petition to no on some bill that takes away the rights of the dealerships where now the manufacturers can sell directly to the consumer. And I'm like, I'm all for that. He's like, do you realize what that's going to cause? It's going to cause all the jobs. Like, do you realize how much these conglomerates have so many laws in place to ensure that they have a business industry to work in? You know, to me, I'm more of an open market kind of guy. Let the chips fall where they may. You know, it's not like the dealerships are not going to go out of business. They're still going to need to service these cars. That just means
it's just the salesmen are the ones complaining.
Yes.
Right now, there's nothing to sell.
Yeah, there's nothing to sell, exactly. And sales guys are, you know, they're kind of, all of them are slimy in some way or form or another. So sorry if you're a sales guy.
I mean, right, our car that we bought, the CRV, a year and a half ago, brand new, it was like 31. They wanted to sell me a 3-year-old one for 35. I'm like, why would I? Well, you don't have to wait a few months. I said, I don't care, I'll wait.
Well, I mean, and again, this is it's the chip shortage. So a lot of times, you know, there's no deals being given out on a lot of new cars, and the used car market is still inflated. You're going to wind up paying a very high penny, and now the interest rates are through the roof. You know, where 2-3 years ago, you know, interest rates were in the shitter, and then you're like, okay, well, now's the time to buy a car. You know, even if the price was, you know, close to MSRP, if the model was very desirable, because the chip shortage, you're not going to get the higher trim levels, or you're not going to get all the bells and whistles that you would normally get with those. So the basic trim levels and the middle trim levels were the ones that are usually available, unless you're paying through the nose, waiting for that high end trim level, like the sport level.
Yeah, we bought ours, and it was 1.9 through work. It was 1.9% financing, and then literally a week after we picked it up, it went to like 4.5%. I was like, "Holy crap!"
Yeah, no, that's tough. I wound up getting it through. I didn't go through Honda for the financing this time around. I wound up.
Honda couldn't match it. I had 1.9 at Sikorsky, then Honda could only do 4.9.
I got mine. I got my 1.9 through Bank of America, and because I think Honda was like 3.9 or 4.1. I'm like, no, I don't want that. And I was ready to walk because I didn't need to have a new car. But you know, this was before, you know, I had gotten married. Well, actually, we were just married, and we're like, okay, well, I was waiting for my car, and my wife was waiting for her WRX. So she wound up getting a unicorn that she's been offered all kinds of money for that car because it's only got 1,400 miles on it, and it's a 2017. It doesn't doesn't get driven. It's her whip. It's she has another daily driver, but that's the one that you know, she wants to take it out on a nice Sunday afternoon and, you know, drive around with the summer slicks on it, and you know, I could smell the damn turbo coming back. I'm like, how fast were you going? And you don't feel it because it's a 4-link rally suspension. It's a road machine for sure. So she's got the need for speed sometimes.
Yeah, right now, my wife's Honda's got 3,300 miles on it. It's a year and a half old. We could sell it now. The dealer said he'll pay us more than we paid for it today.
Yeah, because what they're going to do, they're going to screw whoever's going
to. He said I'll give you.
Office.
We paid 31. We owe like 18 on it. He says I'll give you 32 today, and I'll sell it for 35 tomorrow.
Right. I was offered because I had to bring my car, and so you have that push button start in my car.
Yeah,
I have a 6-speed manual, and I have the keyless entry. So what happened was that there was a recall on the car where that button, you know, starts to get flaky. It doesn't always start the car. It doesn't always shut the car off. And I actually had that problem. I couldn't get my car started, so I'm like, oh shit! So I have to go and get that fixed. But I brought it down to the Watertown. They did the recall for me for free, and then, like, not even a half hour after I dropped it off, the salesperson called me and says, we're willing to offer you $17,000 for the car as it is, because they just did the multi-point inspection. That's what all the dealers do. I paid $18,400 or $18,500 for it back in 2017. So that is absolutely crazy.
But what are you going to get, though? What are you going to get?
No, I'm not going to get anything else. That's what I said to her. And she was a nice girl. She was a nice lady. But I said, you know what? I've reached that point now where I have other priorities to have to take care of than go and just throwing more money at a car that I don't really need, right? And that I can thank my beautiful wife for straighten my ass out for that one.
It's like I got a car in my driveway that you can't get parts for it, so it's actually worthless. It's that Suzuki I got in my driveway. It's 2011. It's got 68,000 miles on it.
Yep.
It's worth $1,000.
Wow. Yeah. And some cars.
Hey, Ken, I got to run. Thanks for having me. I'll see you guys soon.
See you later, Dan.
Take care, Dennis.
Yeah, no, one of my good friends at the dealership I go to, Justin, his truck was 2 or 3 weeks old, a brand new Toyota Tundra, special order.
Oh, yeah.
2 weeks old, he got head-on collision total.
Ooh.
Yeah, luckily, he wasn't hurt too bad, but it was just like he literally had it for like 2 weeks. Some kid delivering pizza, I guess, came up the wrong side of the road, and bam! And I was like, my God! Thankfully, he didn't get hurt too bad. But imagine it, 2 weeks old, and he waited probably 6-8 months just to get it.
Yeah. No, I mean, I remember I waited 3 months because I wanted my manual transmission. I'm very stubborn with that. Every single car that I've had, except for a POS Ford Taurus, 94 Ford Taurus, that thing was a boat anchor. It had the clutch piston problem, so I had second and fourth gear, but I didn't have first and third, and it guzzled gas like crazy because the sensors kept on failing, and I had a bad camera problem. But that was the only automatic I ever had. I've always had manual. I waited 3 months for that, and then my wife waited 3 months for her WRX, which is the automatic. Actually, it's actually got the paddle shifters, but it's the most unique drivetrain that Subaru makes. It's got the wet clutch pack in the middle for the all-wheel drive, and that thing can go through a foot of snow like it's nothing. Like that car is meant to be.
Now is that an Impreza, or which model is that?
She's got both. She's got the WRX Limited, and
is that based on the Impreza, or what's the model?
A completely different car.
Really?
The Impreza is a completely different frame, if I'm not mistaken. It's got a different boxer engine and everything. The Limited version actually doesn't have the WRX Limited trim level has the different F series boxer engine than the STI, which the STI is the same engine in the last 12 or 15 years. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong on that one, but it doesn't have the oil consumption problems. They had problems with the
head gaskets, right? Was there head gaskets?
Head gaskets and the control rings of the control piston.
What size is that? 2.8, or what is the actual size of it?
It is a 2.0 turbocharged, 268 billet horsepower at the crank.
Wow,
turbocharged. That thing is a freaking beast.
Yeah, my wife in her CRV, it's a turbocharged 2.0, and it's 180, I think. For 2.0. Wow.
I'd have to look, but it's very powerful. It's the direct injection version, and but you have to run 93 octane in it.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's very expensive to run to do that. But I start it up once a week. I keep it on a maintainer. It's a beautiful car. It's
But we get one of those solar chargers. I got one of those. I put on on my cars that you just plug it in. They work great.
Yeah, they do. But it's in the garage, and the reason why. So, Ken, I was going to text you and James on this. We had a home invasion in our neighborhood.
Oh gosh.
So what they did was over here in Waterbury, the bunch of kids, ski mask, you can only see his eyes, down the street from us around the corner. They took a getaway car, bashed into the guy's garage door and then they're going after all the and unfortunately, people like to flaunt their money around here a little bit. I'm not going to lie about that. There's BMWs, there's Mercedes, there's Land Rovers,
when I went to go see your neighborhood, I was like, holy crap. I mean,
Sue and I were like the poorest people here in the neighborhood, pretty much. But everyone else,
if your neighborhood was in my neighborhood in Trumbull, it'd be like $1.5 million for that house.
Exactly. Yeah, I remember you saying. But what happened was these kids, because I want to say back in late fall last year, they stole 3 cars within a matter of 5 minutes.
The same kids, the same people, or
might be part of the same crew. It's happening everywhere.
Really?
What happened was late last year, they had 3 cars stolen when the mothers and getting the kids ready for school, taking them out. They started up the car, letting it warm up. They're the keyless entry.
Oh, yeah. Yep,
the way that those systems are designed in general as a safety feature is that once you start the car, if you drive away without the key, it's not going to shut the engine down. So what they did was they were actually watching with a drone on top.
Oh, wow.
I saw the drone on top, and I'm like, what the hell is this for? What the hell is this for? but they grabbed all 3 cars and stole them within 5 minutes. They recovered all the cars. One of them almost 2.5 weeks later, and it was destroyed. It was used in a bank robbery. It was just and drive-by shooting. It was absolutely awful. Wow. This guy, back to what just happened this past week, is the 2 kids, one in the getaway car. They backed up into this long driveway, which is right at the end of the cul-de-sac, busted through the garage door, and then this guy that they rent out the house, and they're not from Connecticut. They left the keys in the car that's in the garage. I mean, a little false sense of security here, but try jumping in, but the guy who was renting the house came out and started beating up on the kid, but then the kid ran off into the getaway car and they sped off. But at this point, the car that he was trying to steal, he had already taken it out of gear and it was rolling down the driveway, and it went into the neighbor's yard. Thankfully, it didn't hit anything in the house or anything like that. Yeah. But so the detectives are treating it as a home invasion. Now, Sue and I just put all the keyless pad to get access to so the inside door to the garage is now secured. What the hell is, if they're willing to do that, you don't have your keys that far away from the garage typically. You got to put that extra layer of security. So now the door auto locks after so long. And it sucks that we have to live like that.
Sure.
Southington's having their problems too with these kids.
They're all kids. They're all under 18.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Yeah. You can't. And the thing is that there's no juvenile detention facilities that will go and hold them for any length of time. Within a few hours, they're released to their parents.
Yeah. Slap their hands and
and there's nothing that they can do.
New York's got that no cash bail. So, it's like when I went to court over my accident I had, I was the last one called, and I sat there, and there was a woman that was in there that was arrested last I think April of 2021. Yep. They were ready to take her to court in October of 2021, and she disappeared. And then she got caught for selling fentanyl again. And the judge didn't even put her in jail. And I asked him at the end, I said, why in the hell didn't you put her in jail? She skipped their court trial, her jury trial, and you just let her walk out of here.
Yep. And that's what's happening.
My hands are tied.
Yeah.
My hands are tied.
Yeah. Their hands are tied. They can't prosecute them. So, and then we have like our own, like neighborhood chat and everything. See you, Mick. There's people that are actually booby trapping their cars now. But the problem is, if you booby trap, even if it doesn't cause bodily harm, they can sue you in a civil suit.
Yeah, exactly.
So like there's a guy, and I have to find the video. This guy was setting up flashbangs in his car, and he was living in not the best section. He was in the city, and he has a very nice pickup truck. So what he would do is that every night he would set up a flashbang. If they break the window or if they open up the door, it pulls the pin, and that's 130 dB of sound. There's like a 2 or 3 atmospheres of overpressure or whatever that may be. So it disorients you to something fierce. But he's been doing that. But apparently, he didn't get, because it doesn't cause permanent damage unless it's like you can't buy a taser in the state of Connecticut, because unless you have to need a license for it, because if you shock somebody and they have a heart condition and they can sue you for it, or you can go and tape razor blades to your handle, if the kids are trying, because that's what they're doing at night. They're actually they're seeing if your cars are unlocked, and then they'll loot your car. It's 5-finger discount. But if you go and tape razor blades and it cuts the crap out of their hand, if they really wanted to, it's retaliation, it's escalation, then you have to worry about. But then you have to worry about civil suits. It's just your hands are tied. It's just what are you going to do? Wow. Believe in the 40 caliber solution.
All right. Well, I'm going to end it. I got to go so I got a customer actually just texted me. One of the guys at work. He's coming over to pick up his trimmer. So
nice.
I didn't expect that, but it'll be nice to get a payday. So
it's good to get paid, right?
Yeah, I know. I got so much work though. It's crazy. And what'd you say, Hank? Tomorrow's supposed to be nice again, or what?
Monday. That's the only day. Yeah.
They're supposedly canceling all the rain. It was supposed to rain part of the day.
Yeah, well, that's good. I need another day. But anyway, all right, let me go. Scotty, Gary, Hank, everybody in the chat, thanks for showing up. We'll catch you guys on the next one.
See you then.
Bye. Come on, Maggie.